Hey guys, Cactar here. I've got a deck profile for TyL3N0Lpm's contest. I'll have his link in an annotation up there somewhere. So I built a Warrior Beatdown deck. It's pretty budget. The only real expensive card in here is the Mirror Berzak. And this deck has no limited or semi-limited cards, so no MST, True Nade, Cold Wave, Mirror Force, etc., etc. And I tried to steer away from Book of Moon, Trapstun, all the MVP cards of this format. So yeah, I tried to build a deck that was solely based on warriors, like power-up spells and stuff, but it was really hard for it to be consistent and actually win duels. So this is the end product I have right here. So let's get started. 2 o'clock Mirror Berzak, 2000 beater. If he hits a monster, he gets to attack again. I play Command Knights and Solidarity so he can get big. You have to show a warrior at the end phase, but this deck is pretty much all warriors except 2 monsters. 2 Command Knight. If one monster is face up on the field, she cannot be selected as an attack target. She's a 1900 wall, and she buffs up all warriors by 400 points. So she turns DD Warrior Ladies into 1900 beat sticks. She gets over a lot of things. Removes like Dark Soul if it's necessary, or Emperor's Blade, or anything like that. So it's a very good card. I really like her. She's one of my favorites. DD Assailants. She's mainly used to get rid of synchros. She's a 1700 beat stick. So yeah, not a lot can get over her. And if your opponent manages to get over it with a synchro, it'll end up being removed. So yeah, very good card. One of the main cards I like is Elemental Hero Wildheart. Most people really don't know its effect because they really don't know a lot of cards. So like when you summon the Elemental Hero Wildheart, they bottomless it. They just wasted a bottomless because Wildheart cannot be affected by traps. He gets over so many traps in this format. Mirror Force, Trenchal, Deep Prison, you name it, he gets over it. And with the Command Knight, he's a 1900 beater. I couldn't find... I wanted to run Mystic Swordsman level 4, but I decided to run Twin Sword Marauder because he can attack again like Berzak if he hits a defense monster and he pierces. So it's a fairly good card. And he's 1600. That's pretty good beat stick. Turret Warrior, you mainly want to use it with the Twin Storm Marauder. He just gets big. That's really all he is. Just a beat stick. And then 2 Battle Fader for consistency. This deck can draw dead sometimes, and you need the protection. You don't run Gores, or Tragodia, so the Battle Faders help prevent you from getting OTK'd. So that's it for monsters. On to spells. 2 Burn the Mighty for the beatdown aspect. It lowers your opponent's monsters by 100 attack times the level. So it turns big beaters like 1900 monsters to 1500. So when you have a set DD Warrior Lady, she has 1600 defense, so your opponent can't get over DD Warrior Lady. So it works kind of nicely. It makes synchros attack much less than they really are. It's very good. 2 Shrinks. Your opponent attacks one of your monsters, you shrink it, the attack still goes through, they lose their monster and quite a bit of life points. Combos well with Burn the Mighty. So yeah. 2 Solidarities. Your whole archetype is Warrior, except for Battle Fader, but Battle Fader does not conflict with this deck because he gets removed. So unless your opponent's playing Iron Imperial Wall. So yeah. Pumps up your warriors 800 points if there's a warrior in the graveyard, and it's pretty easy to get one in there. So yeah. My Body's a Shield stops Dark Hole, Lapras Dragon, Trenchal, and yeah, pretty much stops your opponent from breaking your setup. Lightning Vortex, your Dark Hole of the deck. Nobleman of Extermination, this is your MST. Your main targets are Bottomless and Trap Stuns, so yeah, that's a very good card. And you don't really run Conflictions when you play him because you're not running Bottomless or Trap Stuns, so yeah, he's very good. 2 Smashing Ground, that's the last of the spells, just 1-for-1 monster destruction. And that's it for spells. Traps, 3 Threatening Roars. In case you draw bad, same deal with the Battle Faders. Your opponent can't attack. 2 Karma Cuts, get over synchros and other annoying things you don't really want to waste your resources to get over. And removes all the other copies in your opponent's graveyard. So it works well with like Full Helm Knights or Bogart Knights or any X-Saber stuff, or Infernities even. 2 Compulsory, kind of like Karma Cut, except it just bounces cards. So, bounces synchros. You mainly want to use this for synchros. 2 Force Back. kind of like a mini Solemn Warning in cheap form. So yeah, if you don't know what it does, negate the normal summon or flip summon of a monster and return the monster to its owner's hand. So it pretty much just bounces the normal summon of a monster, and your opponent can't have another normal summon, so that's good. And the last two cards, Reckless Greed for draw power. This deck has no drop. It has very little draw power, so the Recklesses are in here. You can stall pretty well with this deck, so yeah. And that's the deck. Shout out to TyL3N0Lpm for his contest. This link will be up here, like I said. This deck is really budget. The only real expensive cards in here are Clockymere Verzak. You can pretty much get every other card in common or rare form. So yeah, it's a very fun deck. Suggest you try it out. And just kind of want to break the shell of playing meta decks in this format because it's gotten rather boring, in my opinion. So yeah, this is Cactar. Hope you enjoyed my video. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys later. Peace.